This presentation will just inform you about our options process this year. The end game for our options process is for your child to achieve a set of GCSE results which will allow them to follow their dreams and ambitions, go on to college, university. And our options process that starts today is the first step in that journey. So let me talk to you about the curriculum and what they will follow in Year 10 and Year 11. Currently, your child follows the Key Stage 3 curriculum, where they study every subject available to them. In Years 10 and 11, they then move on to the Key Stage 4 curriculum. They will all study the core curriculum of English language, English literature, maths, combined science, PE, and our life chances lessons. But in addition, they will then choose their options curriculum, where they will choose a range of subjects which gives them access to the following areas: computing, business, separate sciences, creative subjects like art, humanities, languages, sport and technology. As we've already stated, that your child will then receive GCSE qualifications over the next 2 years, once they've chosen their options, in the subjects that they choose at this point. Now, we do have ambitions as a school for everyone to achieve a strong pass grade, that's a grade 5 or better, in English, math, science, and the option choice subjects that your child wants to study. And if you do achieve those sort of things, it will give them the best life chances to go and achieve things that they never thought they could, moving into college, university, and say their future career. So at Little Lever, we do not want to limit students' options and restrict what they could do in the future by narrowing what they can and can't do. So we divided our option subjects into 2 groups, allowing students to either follow a university course or a more vocational qualification. So in Group 1, students will choose one of these subjects which will allow them, if they so wish, or if they decide to change their mind in the future, and to go on to study a university course, keeping their future options open. So students will be asked to choose either separate sciences. This will replace the combined science that's from the core curriculum, computer science, history, geography, French, or Spanish. They will then choose from a range of subjects in Group 2. Here you can already see that subjects that are already in Group 1, so they can still choose another from those, but we also have a wider range of subjects such as music, drama, DIT, sport, etc., as you can see on the screen. So what we will ask your child to do over these next few weeks and months is they will then choose one subject from Group 1 with a reserve choice, and choose 2 subjects from Group 2 with 2 reserve choices. So for example, a student may choose as their first choice from Group 1 history, but put down as their reserve choice geography. The reserve choice is there just in case that qualification in their first choices can't run, or the class size is too big, or many different reasons, but in essence they need to choose a reserve choice. And then from Group 2, they choose 2 first choices. So in this case, you could choose French and art, and you can have reserve choices of Spanish and business. You'll also see on the screen there an example of the options form. We'll talk about that in a little bit time. There's also the EBAC qualification to consider. If your child has ambitions to go and study at the top universities, called the Russell Group, and they want to get into careers like engineering, doctors, lawyers, architects, scientists, etc., they will need to achieve what we call an EBAC qualification. Now you can see on the screen there some of the examples of the Russell Group universities that are on offer. And they will look for GCSE grade 5s or above in English language, English literature, maths, combined science, or separate science, which is one of our options. They will look for a grade 5 or more in a humanities subject, that's history or geography, and a modern foreign language. And in Little Lever we study French or Spanish. So your child will need to choose options from a humanities subject and a modern foreign language, along with one other, in order to qualify for the EBAC qualification. So choosing options is obviously really important. It can be a little bit daunting and scary to think that you're choosing subjects that will impact on your future, but there's lots of support and we will help your child and yourselves every step of the way. So first of all, they have Year 9 had an assembly outlining the option process to them. They will be given the opportunity to discuss option choices with their classroom teachers over the next few weeks and months, and with their form tutors they see every day. We'll also set aside some learning time where they can spend some time in their lessons learning about the different courses they offer in their lessons and actually experiencing a GCSE type lesson. But there's also a very important thing for yourself to look at and to make those informed decisions is to go to our options page on our website. This has lots of key information about all the option courses we offer, videos for every course which have been created by our heads of departments, which breaks down in detail what the course is all about, what they need to do, what skills are required, etc. So I do recommend that the options page is something that you go to really make those informed choices over these next few weeks and months. We have also produced in the library lots of research books, prospectuses about careers and colleges which students can access freely on a daily basis. We also ask students to consider what their own skills are. What do they enjoy doing? And again, talking to the subject teachers about which courses are right for them based on where they're currently at with their learning and whether that subject's right for them. And of course, we're asking our students to speak to parents and carers about this very important choice. Just a few notes about what not to do. So first of all, we're saying to students that you don't choose a subject just because you might like the teacher, because it may very well be that that teacher may not teach you in year 10 and year 11. So please don't choose any options based on teachers and any relationships they may have with a teacher. It's about the course that's right for them and their ambitions. We also have asked students not to choose a subject just because their best friend does it. Okay, it might be right for them, their best friend, to take that subject, but it might not be right for you. And also not to choose a subject which they think might look easy. It is absolutely clear that all subjects, practical subjects such as design technology, art and design, hospitality and catering, sports studies, there is a practical element to those subjects, but there's also an exam element and lots of theory and written work to do within those courses. They are just as challenging as a geography course, a history course, etc. So please don't choose subjects because you think that will be easy. There's a really deep commitment in every subject to work hard in those. Now, as I've already touched on, the students will be asked to choose a first choice and also a reserve. So it's really important that they think very carefully about which reserve subjects they are going to choose, because it might very well be that they may get one of those reserves as a first choice. We make every effort to give every student their first choices where possible, but due to timetabling restrictions, it might be that some subjects can't be offered for certain reasons. And in that case, we will then use a reserve subject, so that students must think carefully about those choices. And again, an example of this, go back to the one previously, the first choice would have been history with a geography. We've got first choices in French and art and Spanish and business from the option block 2. But actually, geography is given as their choice because of maybe an issue with the history or the class sizes, etc. So it's very important that that reserve choice, for example, in geography, that could become their first choice. So just to briefly go through the timeline for options now. They've received their assembly year 9 on Wednesday this week and have gone through what they need to do and think about. On today, Thursday, we are launching this option process with you through our communication channels. On Friday, every student will receive this option form you can see on the screen there to take home and begin their first go at choosing their options. And then on Friday, the 15th of December, at the end of this year, is the deadline for the form, this first option form, to be submitted to school, returned to school. So then we've got a bit of an idea then of who's choosing what subjects. Then we move into spring term, and then there are some other things to think about in the spring term. First of all, we'll be having a Year 9 Parents' Evening on the 18th of January. That's a key parents' evening to attend. It'll give you lots of information about how your child is doing, and there'll be guidance and advice and guidance on whether it's a subject that they could be successful in at GCSE. We will then have on the 14th of March a Year 9 Options Evening, and we will allow parents to book appointments with the subject leaders of those optional subjects that you've chosen on the options form you submitted in December. So you can have those conversations with those subject leaders before final choices are then made. On Friday the 15th of March, we will then send out a final version to go out, an option form to go out to everybody. And on the Wednesday the 27th of March, that option form, the final option form, will be returned to school on that date. And that then needs to be on that date, ready for the school to start timetabling. So Wednesday the 27th of March 2024 will be the final deadline for all options to be submitted to school. And then in the summer term of this year, your option choices will be confirmed by the school, and you will receive a confirmation letter to say what choices you've received. Finally, a quote here to say that every choice you make is creating your future, so just choose very wisely. Thank you for listening, and I hope it's been of help. Bye-bye.